Okay, so today in this video, I'm going to show you a pretty simple process how to change the fluid. Your differential, your rear, or your front can basically work either way. Right now I'm just going to do my rears. So first thing you want to do is you want to try to start moving these bolts. Leave the top one in, and start moving the rest of them all the way around. Drop them in there, so they get covered with oil. Okay, then once you have all those off, you want to try to find a spot to jam in a screwdriver. And pry. We'll hear it kind of pop. And your fluid will slowly start to run out. But you're gonna want it open more than that though, so. There we go. Then basically, you might want to come from over here too, maybe. But right now, I'm just gonna leave it where it's at and let it run out, and then we'll come back when it's all emptied out. When you're doing this, you want to make sure you get all your bolts because it's dark down here. I actually missed one right here, and that's why it was trading out so slow. I feel stupid, but crap happens. But yeah, see, that's why I was going so slow. That's why it was so hard to get the screwdriver in there. See, now I feel stupid. But, oh well, shit happens, see. So just let it keep going until it all drains out, until it stops dripping out, and then we'll go ahead and we'll head on to the next step. Next step's going to be we're going to try to go about scraping the seal off this thing. Mine's one of the kind of crappy, I mean they work good, but they're hard to get off the kind of like silicone rubber type seals. They work good. Kind of a bitch to get off. All seals are really kind of a bitch to get off, but we'll get there when this is done draining out. Okay, now this is pretty much done draining out. What we're going to do is we're going to take out that last top bolt that we left in. Keep your hand on the cover so it doesn't fall back into your plow. Your little bucket of oil, and then you should be able to just pop it out just like that. Okay. Then, after it's off, get up over here. To the bench where we can actually clean it. Put this camera off the tripod. And we come over here, studs. I got the crap out of the way. And then to get over here, see where all the seal is. We're gonna get a straight razor, or you can get a regular box cutter like this, which is what I do. And just carefully scrape on the edges until you get all nice and cleaned off. See how it's kind of going inside there? You want to make sure you get all that off. You don't want it to really ooze inside. So then, once we get this step done, we'll go ahead and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so it seems like whoever might have been doing this before me, whoever did this this gasket for me, they clearly used quite a bit of sealant here, a little more than I feel would have been needed, because all this pile right here is just from like the edges around inside here, and a little bit of overlapping out here, like sticking out over the edge here. I hadn't even begun to do right in the middle here, or I hadn't even done anything on the actual differential on the bottom of the truck, and there was already pieces of gasket hanging off that. As you can see, there's still big pieces, just big huge globs of it all over the place. Like here's a huge more glob, there's kind of bare right here, there's kind of bare, huge glob, bare, huge glob. So you gotta make sure when you're doing this, you get it pretty consistent. That's the best way to get it sealed, is to get it smooth, get it all smoothed out, get it consistent, get everything, you know, good with it. And if you're using the silicone one, you don't want to come around like that, come up, you just want to go around. You can do it on the inside, which is not the best, because that's when it does start to seep on the, when you do it on the inside of the, if you're going around doing the inside, that's when it does start to seep in. So my best suggestion is, if you're going to use the tube where you squeeze it out, is to go around the outside like that, and around the outside, around in the middle, outside, middle, outside. That way, if it does ooze or squeeze out, it squeezes the outside, not down into here or potentially into your differential, where it's going to get all in the side there and mess things up. So that's just a little tip and a little thing I noticed. Come back when we finish scraping this off, and come back to the next step. Okay, once you get the gasket all scraped off everywhere as best you can, just try to get it as thorough as possible and get it all off the best you can. And the next thing I'm gonna do, if you don't have to, you can just clean up a little bit, is you take some brake cleaner, just some cheap brake cleaner, and spray it in there, spray it all over in there, and kind of take a rag, just wipe it out, give it a good clean. That helps clean up where the gasket will, help clean everything, just so you may get a better seal and a better adhesion when you put it together. It makes it adhere better, and that helps you too when you clean it off here. It'll help you see any spots of gasket you may have missed, or something that was covered up in the oil or whatever. Just helps you see all that kind of stuff. This may be perfect by any means, because it's just going to go right back on and get oil put back on it, so don't worry about getting it perfect. So I'd say that's pretty good looking, not too bad. And then next thing we're going to go, we're going to try to get over here, and I'm going to, I'll take you with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and scrape the rest of that gasket. See, there's a piece there. You see a piece hanging. There's still more on. That's why I'm saying they just put way too much gasket on. Whoever did it just really kind of didn't study, knew what they were doing. But I'm ready to get this scraped off, and then I'll come back. Okay. Well, scraping off the seal on here, one side note like that. Be careful not to, if anything falls in here in your gears, make sure you get it out. And then while you're down here, make sure you do a kind of visual. See, there's a little piece of seal there. Want to make sure you kind of do a visual inspection, make sure there's no cracks. I don't know if I can't really do it right now because my truck's not jacked up. It'd be easier if you had your truck on jacks, but I can't spin it because the tires are on the ground. But just do an overall visual inspection, make sure nothing's cracking or breaking. And then one thing I'm going to do is optional. You can if you want to, you don't have to. I'm going to clean some of this down. Brake cleaner. Just make sure I get as much of the old crap out as I can. Or if you're going to completely change to a different type or style of fluid, this is good too to do that. Now we're going to let all that run out and drain out, and then we'll come back and we'll get the seal put on and do a couple finishing up things, and we'll go from there. Okay, then once you get your gasket, I had two, so I had to make sure I had the right one. You want to do the same thing? You want to Make sure you have the right one. These are all the holes, everything lined up. Make sure there's the same number of holes. Just make sure they all line up everywhere, all around. And then, once we get it here, take it over the truck. Okay, so now this part's not really going to matter. Well, part of it will, but the beginning part won't. If you have a silicone seal, this part's not going to matter. But if you have one like this, I'm going to take your bolt, this Velcro, put it through the gasket to kind of keep it in place. Kind of eyeball it as you put it on. You can make sure to start to hand tighten it. If you need to, take your screwdriver and kind of move the seal a little bit, or move the gasket a little bit if you need to. And start putting bolts in. So we're going to start getting all these bolts put in. Helps keep the seal in place. So once we get all these bolts put in, we'll come back and go to the next step. Okay, so once you get your all your bolts in the front cover tightened up all the way, then we want to come over here. So, pull out the front of the differential, and ow, that hurt. There's a little fill plug right here. You want to loosen that up and take that off. See if I can do this one-handed. Just your standard wrench. I put a little extension on to get past. Look right here. I was going the right way, right? Fuck, that's tight. Alright, try to take two hands. Let me do this and come back. Okay, they got. Listen up. Whew. It's fucking tight as a. I found it easier to take that extension off. Inside, you should always wear safety glasses when doing this work, especially if it's an off-road truck. You have a bunch of dried up mud underneath that likes to fall in your eye when you're working on it. All right, so then you grab your bottles. I'm gonna use the Lucas gear oil and just go ahead and let's do this one-handed too. Let's fill that sumbitch up. So I'll let this fill up and we'll come back. Okay, well apparently my truck likes a lot of gear oil. It's very thirsty. I'm now on jug number 3. Let's see, each of these are 32 ounces. So gotten 64 ounces in there so far. And now we're on number 3. And just so you know, you'll know when it's full. It'll just kind of dribble out on the side. I'll show you that when we get closer to that. When I get to that stuff, I'll show you it. That's pretty simple. Just keep squirting in there. It'll sort of dribble out the side. And if you didn't know how much you need, the auto parts store should be able to tell you how much you need for each, with your differentials. It's the same thing with, oil, engine oil or transmission oil. The auto store, you should just tell them what kind of car you got, engine, all that good stuff, and I should be able to tell you exactly what you need. And then, so I'll continue putting this in. We'll wait until we start to fill up. Alright, so I got a little bit too full, but this is basically what it looked like when you went out, when you're full. You just want to stick your pinky or whatever in there, and if you could feel the fluid right there, you're good. So, let's see, for my truck, my 350, it took me about 3.5 bottles, which surprised me immensely, but, it is what it is. And then, before you put your little plug back in, see those little pieces on it, so you get the focus. Come on, focus. Crap. Yeah, so a little metal shaving on there. There's a little piece of your gears mark. So make sure you clean that off, get all that off before you put it back in. So basically, it's a little magnet there that catches all those little flakes that come off the gears like that when it's going. So basically, you want to do that. And then what I'm going to do to possibly help with it coming off easier next time, it may help, may not, maybe it's stupid, may not be. Put a little bit of gear oil on the threads. It may ease in the removal next time. Not sure. Experimental. Alright. So, you can try it with me if you'd like. If not, it's fine. So then basically you want to screw that back down, tighten it back down, get it pretty snug. And then basically after that you're done, and that's how you change your differential fluids. It could work for the front or the back. It may vary slightly depending on your vehicle. There may be little magnets on the front of the cover. When you take the cover off, there may be little magnets on there that you need to clean off or whatever. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share. Thanks.